You have a dark side right now, reading this. There's a part of you that you've been taught to suppress, to be ashamed of, to pretend doesn't exist. A part that's selfish, aggressive, destructive, power-hungry. A part that wants what it wants without apology. And you've spent your entire life trying to kill it, to be a good person, to be nice, to be acceptable, to be the version of yourself that society approves of. But here's what nobody told you. That dark side isn't your enemy. It's your power source. And by trying to destroy it, you've been cutting yourself off from the very thing that could make you formidable. Friedrich Nietzsche understood something that modern culture has completely forgotten. Your darkness isn't something to be eliminated. It's something to be harnessed, integrated, channeled into something powerful. He didn't believe in being a good person in the conventional sense. He believed in being a complete person, which means acknowledging and using every part of yourself, including the parts that make nice people uncomfortable. The sanitized, domesticated, perpetually pleasant version of you that society wants. That's not your authentic self. That's a neutered version designed to make you safe, compliant, and weak. Your authentic self includes the rage, the ambition, the ruthlessness, the desire for dominance. And until you stop running from those parts and learn to harness them, you'll never access your full power. Today I'm going to show you how to do what Nietzsche understood, how to integrate your shadow, harness your darkness, and become dangerously whole. This isn't about becoming evil, this is about becoming strong. Let's begin. The first truth. Your anger is power. Waiting to be directed. Let's start with the most obvious element of your dark side, anger. You've been taught that anger is bad, that good people don't get angry, that being angry means you're out of control, immature, or toxic. Nietzsche would say that's complete nonsense designed to keep you weak. Anger is power, raw, undiluted power. It's energy, it's fuel, it's your system telling you that something needs to change and giving you the force to change it. But modern culture has trained you to suppress it, to feel guilty about it, to apologize for it. You're supposed to be calm and rational and measured at all times. Any display of anger is seen as a loss of composure, a failure of emotional regulation. This is domestication. This is society neutering you. Because angry people are dangerous. Angry people push back. Angry people don't accept the status quo. Angry people change things. So they've taught you that your anger is the problem, that you need to manage it, meditate it away, talk it out until it disappears. They've convinced you that the goal is to not feel angry. But here's what Nietzsche understood. The goal isn't to eliminate anger. The goal is to harness it, to use it, to channel that raw energy into purposeful action. Think about the things you're angry about right now. Maybe you're angry about how you've been treated. Maybe you're angry about your current circumstances. Maybe you're angry about wasted potential, missed opportunities, or people who've underestimated you. That anger is information and fuel. It's telling you what needs to change, and it's giving you the energy to change it, but only if you stop being ashamed of it and start using it. The weak response to anger is suppression. Pretend you're not angry. Tell yourself you shouldn't feel this way. Meditate until you're calm and accepting. This is what society wants you to do. Stay calm, stay manageable, stay weak. The strong response to anger is direction. You're angry about your circumstances? Good. Use that anger as fuel to change them. You're angry about how someone treated you? Good. Use that anger to set boundaries and demand better. You're angry about your own past failures? Good. Use that anger to drive you to succeed now. Nietzsche didn't suppress his anger at mediocrity, at slave morality, at the decay of values he saw around him. He channeled it into some of the most powerful philosophy ever written. His anger fueled his work. His rage at weakness became his strength. Stop trying to be the calm, rational, never angry person that makes everyone comfortable. That person is defanged. That person is safe. That person is powerless. Start harnessing your anger. Feel it fully, then direct it. Channel it into your work, into setting boundaries, into pushing yourself harder, into building what needs to be built and destroying what needs to be destroyed. Your anger isn't the problem. Your suppression of it is. Stop meditating away your power and start weaponizing it. The second truth, your selfishness is self-preservation, not sin. Here's another part of your dark side you've been taught to hate: your selfishness, your desire to prioritize yourself, your unwillingness to sacrifice yourself for everyone else's needs. You've been programmed since childhood that being selfish is the ultimate moral failing. Good people are selfless. Good people put others first. Good people sacrifice their own needs for the greater good. Nietzsche would tell you this is slave morality designed to make you a servant to everyone else's agenda. Here's the reality. You have needs, you have desires, you have goals and dreams and limited time and energy. And prioritizing yourself isn't selfish in any negative sense. It's basic self-preservation and self-respect. But you've been so thoroughly conditioned to feel guilt about putting yourself first that you sacrifice yourself constantly. You say yes when you mean no. You prioritize everyone else's needs over your own. You give and give and give until you're depleted, and you call this being a good person. Nietzsche would call it being a doormat. Your selfishness, your desire to protect your time, your energy, your resources, your mental health, isn't a character flaw. It's self-respect. It's recognizing that you're valuable and your priorities matter. Think about how often you betray yourself to avoid being called selfish. How often you do things you don't want to do because saying no would make you seem self-centered. How often you sacrifice your own goals because prioritizing them would appear selfish. You're killing yourself to avoid a label that slave morality uses to keep you compliant. Here's what Nietzsche understood. The strong person is appropriately selfish. They protect their time, their energy, their focus. They prioritize their own growth and goals. They say no to things that don't serve them. They refuse to sacrifice themselves on the altar of other people's expectations. And yes, weak people call this selfish, because weak people need you to be selfless so they can use you. They need you to prioritize them so they can benefit from your sacrifice. They need you to feel guilty about self-prioritization so you'll keep serving their needs. But the strong person doesn't care. They understand that you can't pour from an empty cup, that you can't help anyone if you're depleted. That self-preservation isn't selfishness, it's sanity. Start embracing what they call selfishness. Protect your time fiercely. Prioritize your goals unapologetically. Say no without guilt. Invest in yourself before you invest in everyone else. The people who call you selfish for having boundaries are the people who benefited from you having none. Let them be upset. You don't need people in your life who require your self-betrayal to be satisfied. Your selfishness is your power to choose yourself. Stop apologizing for it and start wielding it. The third truth. Your desire for power is natural, not evil. Let's talk about something that really makes people uncomfortable. Your desire for power, your ambition, your desire to dominate, to win, to be superior, to have control over your circumstances, and yes, sometimes over others. You've been taught this desire is evil, that wanting power is morally corrupt, that good people are humble and content with whatever they have, that ambition is greed and desire for dominance is toxic. Nietzsche would say, you've been lied to by people who want you weak and manageable. He understood that the will to power is fundamental to human nature. It's not evil, it's not corrupt. It's the basic drive to overcome obstacles, to grow, to exert your will on the world, to become more than you currently are. Every meaningful thing humans have ever created came from the will to power. Every great achievement, every revolutionary idea, every transformation of society came from someone who wanted power over their circumstances and wasn't ashamed to pursue it. But slave morality has made power itself seem dirty, has made ambition seem greedy, has made the desire to dominate your field seem arrogant. Why? Because if you're pursuing power, you're not accepting your place in the hierarchy. You're not staying manageable. Think about your own ambitions right now. Your desire to build something significant. Your desire to be the best at what you do. Your desire to have control over your life rather than being controlled. Your desire to win rather than just participate. These desires make people uncomfortable. They'll tell you to be humble, to be content, to not be so driven, to accept that wanting to dominate your field is somehow morally wrong. But here's what Nietzsche knew. That discomfort they feel is their own powerlessness reflecting back at them. Your desire for power reminds them that they've given up on exerting their will. They've accepted their place. They've stopped trying to overcome. And your ambition makes them face that surrender. The will to power isn't evil. What's evil is pretending you don't have it, suppressing your ambition, dimming your drive, making yourself small so others feel comfortable. Nietzsche would tell you, stop being ashamed of wanting power. Stop pretending you just want to be comfortable and peaceful, when what you really want is to dominate your field, to build something undeniable, to exert your will on the world and see it bend. Own your ambition. Own your desire to win. Own your drive to be superior at what you do. This isn't arrogance if you're actually willing to do the work. This isn't toxicity if you're channeling it into creating value. Your desire for power, properly directed, becomes excellence, becomes mastery, becomes achievement that transforms not just your life, but potentially the lives of countless others. Stop suppressing it, stop apologizing for it, harness it, and see what you're actually capable of when you stop trying to be humble and start trying to be great. The fourth truth. Your destructive urges can tear down what needs to fall. Here's a part of your darkness that really scares people. Your desire to destroy things, to tear down structures, to burn bridges, to end relationships that aren't serving you, to quit situations that are killing you, to say fuck this and walk away from everything you're supposed to want. You've been taught that destruction is always bad, that you should preserve, maintain, fix, stay, try harder, that walking away is giving up, that burning it down is childish or reckless. Nietzsche would tell you that sometimes destruction is exactly what's needed, that creation and destruction are two sides of the same coin, that you can't build the new until you destroy the old. He wrote about this extensively, about how slave morality wants you to preserve even what's rotting, even what's killing you, because destruction is scary, it's unpredictable, it threatens the status quo. But master morality understands that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is destroy what isn't working and start fresh. Think about the things in your life right now that need to be destroyed. The relationship that's been dead for months, but you're too afraid to end. The job that's slowly killing your soul, but you're too scared to quit. The habits that are holding you back, but you keep trying to moderate instead of eliminating. The commitments you made years ago that no longer serve who you're becoming. Your destructive urges are telling you what needs to go, but you've been taught to suppress that impulse, to try to fix it, to stay, to preserve, to be responsible and mature and sensible. But staying in what's killing you isn't mature. It's cowardice disguised as responsibility. Nietzsche would say, have the courage to destroy what needs to be destroyed. Burn the bridge that leads somewhere you don't want to go. End the relationship that's draining your life force. Quit the path that's taking you somewhere you don't want to be. Yes, destruction creates chaos. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, people will call you reckless or impulsive or irresponsible. But creation requires destruction. You can't build your real life until you destroy the fake one you've been performing. You can't become who you're meant to be until you destroy who you've been pretending to be. Your destructive urges aren't pathological. They're your authentic self, trying to clear space for what you're actually meant to build. Stop being afraid of them. Stop suppressing them. Start channeling them purposefully. What needs to be destroyed in your life right now? What needs to end so something better can begin? What bridge needs to be burned so you stop being tempted to go backward? Destruction isn't always negative. Sometimes it's the most creative thing you can do. The fifth truth, your shadow contains your greatest strengths in embryo. Here's what Nietzsche understood that modern psychology is only beginning to grasp. The traits you've suppressed, the parts of yourself you've been taught to hate, the aspects of your personality you've pushed into the shadow. Those aren't just liabilities. They're your greatest strengths in underdeveloped form. Your aggression, properly channeled, becomes assertiveness and the ability to advocate for yourself. Your selfishness, properly understood, becomes healthy boundaries and self-respect. Your manipulative tendencies, redirected, become strategic thinking and persuasion. Your cruelty, refined, becomes the ability to deliver hard truths and make difficult decisions. Every dark trait has a light application, but you've been so busy trying to eliminate these traits that you've never learned to harness them. Think about the parts of yourself you're most ashamed of, the parts you hide from others and sometimes from yourself, the thoughts you have that you'd never admit to anyone. The desires you suppress because they seem wrong or dark or unacceptable. What if those aren't flaws to be eliminated, but powers to be developed? Your tendency to be controlling. That's leadership ability in embryo. It needs to be refined, channeled, made about vision rather than fear. But the underlying drive to impose order and direction is valuable. Your jealousy and competitiveness, that's drive and ambition showing up in distorted form. Instead of trying to become someone who never feels competitive, learn to channel that competitive energy into pushing yourself rather than resenting others. Your capacity for coldness and detachment, that's the ability to make rational decisions without being swayed by emotion. It's the ability to cut losses, to be objective, to do what needs to be done without sentimentality clouding your judgment. Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch isn't someone who's eliminated their darkness. It's someone who's integrated it, who's taken every part of themselves, including the parts that make nice people uncomfortable, and synthesized them into a coherent, powerful whole. The weak person tries to amputate their shadow, to cut off the parts of themselves that don't fit the image of a good person, and they end up diminished, incomplete, perpetually at war with themselves. The strong person integrates their shadow, acknowledges those dark traits, examines them honestly, and finds the constructive application. They become whole rather than nice, complete rather than acceptable. Stop trying to kill parts of yourself. Start asking how those parts, properly understood and directed, could become strengths. Your darkness isn't the opposite of your light. It's the fuel that makes your light burn brighter. The sixth truth. Society wants you tame. Because wild people are dangerous, let's be honest about what's really happening here. Society doesn't want you to integrate your shadow for your benefit. Society wants you to suppress your shadow for its benefit. Nietzsche saw this clearly. The herd is terrified of people who've embraced their full nature, who aren't ashamed of their ambition, their anger, their selfishness, their desire for power, who don't care about being nice and just want to be real. Why? Because those people can't be controlled. They don't conform. They don't stay in their lane. They don't accept the status quo. They're dangerous. So from the moment you're born, you're being domesticated, tamed, taught to suppress anything that makes you difficult to manage. Your anger is reframed as a problem. Your ambition is called greed. Your selfishness is made into a sin. Your desire for power is painted as evil. And you absorb these messages. You internalize them. You start policing yourself. You become your own jailer, suppressing and judging parts of yourself that society has deemed unacceptable. But here's what you need to understand. The parts of you that society most wants suppressed are often the parts that would make you most powerful. Your anger gives you the force to change things. Can't have that. Your ambition threatens the hierarchy. Can't allow that. Your selfishness means you won't sacrifice yourself for the collective. Unacceptable. Your desire for power means you won't accept your place. Dangerous. So they've trained you to feel guilty about the very traits that would make you formidable. And most people never figure this out. They spend their entire lives trying to be the good, tame, acceptable version that society approves of. And they die having never accessed their full power because they were too busy being good. Nietzsche would tell you, stop being good, start being whole, stop being acceptable, start being authentic, stop being tame, start being dangerous. Not dangerous in the sense of harming innocent people. Dangerous in the sense that you can't be controlled, you can't be shamed into compliance, you can't be guilt-tripped into suppressing yourself. You're integrated, whole, and operating from your full power. That version of you terrifies the herd, which is exactly why you should become it. The path forward. Integration, not elimination. So here's what you need to understand about harnessing your dark side. This isn't about becoming evil. This isn't permission to be a selfish asshole who hurts people. This is about integration, not elimination. Nietzsche's path to true strength isn't about killing your darkness. It's about incorporating it into a more complete version of yourself. Your anger exists. Denying it doesn't make it go away. It makes it leak out in passive-aggressive ways or build until it explodes. But integrating it means acknowledging it, understanding what it's telling you, and channeling it into purposeful action. Your selfishness exists. Pretending to be selfless just makes you a doormat who resents everyone. But integrating it means having healthy boundaries, protecting your time and energy, and prioritizing yourself appropriately. Your desire for power exists. Suppressing it just makes you resentful of others who pursue their ambitions. But integrating it means channeling that drive into mastery, into building something meaningful, into becoming excellent at what you do. Your destructive urges exist. Ignoring them means you stay stuck in situations that are killing you. But integrating them means having the courage to end what needs to end so you can build what needs to be built. This is the work that Nietzsche was pointing toward. Not becoming a saint who's transcended all darkness, but becoming a complete human being who's integrated all aspects of themselves into a coherent whole. The process starts with honesty. Stop pretending you don't have these dark traits. Stop being ashamed of them. Acknowledge them. Look at them clearly. Then ask, what is this trait trying to tell me? What need is it serving? What would the constructive application of this energy look like? Your anger might be telling you that you've accepted unacceptable treatment for too long. The constructive application is setting boundaries and demanding better. Your selfishness might be telling you that you've been sacrificing yourself to the point of depletion. The constructive application is appropriate self-prioritization. Your desire for power might be telling you that you're capable of more than you're currently attempting. The constructive application is ambitious pursuit of mastery. This is the path. Not elimination of your shadow, but integration of it. Not becoming nice, but becoming whole. Not being tame, but being complete. Nietzsche's warning: the cost of staying split. Let me tell you what happens if you don't do this work. If you keep suppressing, denying, and trying to eliminate your dark side, you stay weak. Not weak in the sense of being kind or gentle. Weak in the sense of being incomplete, operating at a fraction of your capacity because you've amputated major parts of yourself. You stay at war with yourself. Part of you wants things that another part has been taught to condemn. You spend enormous energy suppressing, policing, and judging yourself. Energy that could be going toward actually building something. You stay resentful of people who pursue their ambitions without shame, of people who prioritize themselves without guilt, of people who've integrated their darkness and become powerful while you're still trying to be good. You stay powerless, because power requires access to all of yourself. Your anger, your ambition, your ruthlessness, your willingness to destroy what needs destroying. Without those, you're fighting with one hand tied behind your back. And at the end of your life, you realize you never became who you were capable of becoming, because you spent your whole life trying to be who society said you should be, trying to be good instead of whole, trying to be acceptable instead of authentic. That's the cost. That's what Nietzsche was trying to save you from. The alternative: become dangerously whole. The alternative is what Nietzsche called self-overcoming, becoming more than you currently are by integrating everything you currently are. This means acknowledging your darkness, your anger, your selfishness, your ambition, your destructive urges, all of it. Looking at it honestly without judgment, then learning to harness it, to direct it, to use it as fuel rather than fighting it as an enemy. The person who's done this work is formidable. They're not trying to be nice or good or acceptable. They're just completely themselves, all of themselves, the light and the dark integrated into a coherent whole. They're angry when anger is appropriate, and they use it to create change. They're selfish enough to protect their own well-being and priorities. They're ambitious without apology. They're willing to destroy what needs destroying. They're whole. And yes, they make comfortable people uncomfortable, because integrated people are dangerous to a system built on keeping people split and manageable. But they're also powerful, free, authentic, operating from their full capacity instead of a neutered fraction of it. That's what's available to you. Not by eliminating your darkness, but by embracing it. Not by becoming a saint, but by becoming whole. Not by being good, but by being complete. Nietzsche's path to true strength isn't about transcending your nature. It's about integrating all of your nature into something powerful and coherent. Stop fighting yourself. Stop amputating parts of yourself to be acceptable. Stop being ashamed of the parts of you that make nice people uncomfortable. Start integrating. Start harnessing. Start becoming dangerously whole. Your darkness isn't your enemy, it's your power source. Stop trying to kill it and start learning to use it. That's the path. That's the work. That's how you harness your dark side and become truly strong. Now, go become what you're capable of becoming. All of it, light and dark, integrated and whole. The world doesn't need more nice people. It needs more complete people. Become complete.